Hello everyone and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. As always, hospitals are never okay in a dark themed game. But we finally escaped. But again, with Bradley, who we thought we saw, at least thought, I suppose, since he's here, but he definitely got stabbed. So that's a question I want to figure out. So last time we went through and let him talk, but we're actually gonna go downstairs now and figure this out. Hello, I think you're talking about me. Yeah. This place looks so much different in the daylight, which of course, but prettier, I suppose, besides the curtains are all like ragged up top. I love how the bottom ones are perfect, but the top ones aren't.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I don't have high enough of that. We'll talk to Bradley first.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
What a weird time, okay? Why can't I talk about man?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Curiouser and curiouser.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Okay.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Kinda do a little bit.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller
Internment.
used her as a subject of his experiments.
That's the word.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Good question.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses.
Few more
Not to
than that.
mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Well, you seem to like to talk to me a little bit better.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller, and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute.
Yeah.
Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove.
Oh,
Did
God,
you
his
discover
face.
anything else?
You look very wordy, buddy.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What?
Mhm.
How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Yeah, good
Tell
question.
me how Mr. Sanders died.
Yeah, we don't know.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
No,
Francis
not like
Sanders
that.
mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You know what? We're gonna continue
He's
with
right.
the truthful thing.
We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Oh boy.
Better madness than ignorance.
Ooh.
Very well.
I hate when that sort of thing
I'll
pops
go to
up.
see Francis's widow.
So much
Perhaps
pressure.
I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island. Let us go now and learn the
well,
truth
fine.
about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Yeah. Thing for all of us. Can I poke anything around here? Oh, okay, let's just straight up leave. Well, I want to search places. Anything around? Oh, no, I guess it's... fine. The Sanders residence. Pierce, Colin, and Bradley decide to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce in a very violent way. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to the widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Yeah. Enter. Such a violent knock.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here?
Well, look who's here.
Look who the cat dragged in a hat.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
There's some gorgeous paintings.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned.
Aw.
You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I have like 60%
Mrs.
chance.
Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
How did you come to
start
meet
here.
Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Aw, should have asked about Cat first, I suppose. Sorry,
Did she
lady.
really care for him, after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you because it's probably chopped up into little pieces. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body after I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you. Yeah, aka just use his body for who the hell knows. Can I play? I can play it.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Aw. He seems so proud of the painting. Ooh. Oh, cool. I still love this. Examine the Shambler. So I just... Oh.
A house of artists.
Yeah?
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Probably, if they had the same kind of art style that they liked.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
That it was like a portal, maybe?
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Usually there's only a couple of reasons why you wouldn't want to sell a painting. Oh, let me talk to
Was
you.
she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
No, I think she just maybe didn't like his style of art and probably didn't like looking at it. Cultism. Okay.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it after that. Okay, is it just me or that painting moved? It's unsettling as hell.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
No.
I can't take any more.
Oh, okay, still more.
I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings, that accursed Sarah.
Oh. You know, a lot of these other paintings you have are quite interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about these ones. That's skeletons. And the style's interesting. Is this a gallery? No. Just gotta search his house. Can I borrow a key? Medicine! Did I open this door? Hello? No? I want to rummage through your whole house, not just part of your house.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Ooh, I have 4 points. Let us do some of this. Actually, you know what? We'll bring this up. No, I want to validate. The Whale and the Cod. Or A Brief History of Darkwater by Erwin Greenmouth. It is focused on the past glory of the island.
I could use one of those.
Huh. Maybe both.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Why would she give it to him after, especially saying something like that?
An old diary.
Ooh. This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, begin to speak of their visions as a messenger sent by God. This is scared that she is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. AKA, probably just shouldn't be on this island. Ooh. I have like no strength. Oh! I have some strength. I'm scared. Of course I want to read the book, though. Crap. That's what I get for reading a book, I guess. Melius Mysteriums, probably Latin. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monsters and unknown creatures. I'm getting to believe that they exist. Well, those puppies. Oh, yay. That was cool and safe. Oh, okay. Dissertation on an animatical question. Oh boy. It is the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways to exploring human anatomy. Cool. Alright, well, I suppose I'll talk to you
That's twice
first.
you've stepped on my toes, Detective.
Hey now.
Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can
You
be
do.
more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Yeah, I could try to trick you. You know what? We're just gonna
I'm
continue
not
to be
here to
this way.
cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go.
Hey,
But as
whoa.
long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
I don't feel like these should be sold. Oh boy. Those are creepy as hell. What the hell are you? Why would I need to hide? Do these have the same effect as the other ones? Oh yeah. Nope. Oh boy.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Creepy as hell. Just Oh, it's that guy again.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Oh, that was creepy as heck. I mean, all of these are pretty creepy as heck. That's Shambler. We'll wait on that one. Oh, I hated oil. There's another one of these, but this time he's strangling a goose. A demon angel thing. Some interesting paintings.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Oh, he has a public entrance. So he shared it.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
That one looks nasty. What are those written in? Oh dear, those are even more not okay. Again, I don't like the fact that there's those hiding places everywhere. Let's just top that off. Oh boy, you look fancy as hell. Waiting for you to crawl out. Yeah, I don't like this. Don't back up to the painting. No, no, no. Boy. Oh, you gross thing. Ew. Ah. So you can't see me, but obviously you'll be able to hear me. Crap.
What the hell was that?
Yes, the Shambler. That's what that was. Oh boy. This is not okay on so many levels. Oh. Oh, yes, you're pretty. How am I supposed to get away? How am I supposed to fucking... I don't like this. Try hiding again, I guess. How? Yeah, screw you too, buddy. Am I like trying to get out? Oh!
I can't even touch it.
This door? No.
No way out. No choice. I must get rid of it.
Put it back in the painting? Oh, shit.
That thing came out of this painting. There has to be one.
The ring around the rosy! Oh dear. Oh, these are all the things that just make him worse and worse. Oh, cool. Reading that book helped. What do I do? I'm gonna die in this closet. Go away, buddy. Cool. Shit, am I supposed to be, like, using that? I suppose he can't see. Oh my god, go in the closet, damn it. Oh. Oh, cool, whispering now while I'm in here. Go away. Fuck.
That thing came out of this painting. There has to be a link.
Ah, I thought that might help me. Nope, just kidding. My death. That's what's happening. Oh, too late, I think. Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yep. Hi, sir. Yep, cool. Gonna drag me out and stab me in the gut. Yep, growl to you too, sir. And or ma'am. Why did I stand up? Oh my god, are you trying to kill me, buddy? Come on. No, go. Go away. Get out of here with your twitchy self. Yeah, that's right. And why do you run so slow? I don't like you! Okay, I'm gonna freak out in this closet, and then you're gonna catch me, because you won't walk away. You're just gonna, like, stare at the closet but not do anything, huh? Huh? Yes? Oh, the world's getting darker. I'm panicking. I'm panicking in real life, too. Yep, there's a lot of panicking happening. Oh, I can't see. I welcome death upon me. We're gonna run into each other. No? Cool. Oh, cool. Come out just to accept your death. Cool. Well, you know what? I've been out of time, I think, for some time. I'm just gonna end it there with my failure. And figure that out later. Be sure to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.